Hey everybody, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the Paper Pad Pizzazz video for May 2024. And we are going to make some fun camping themed, wilderness themed cards. So these will be great for masculines, and we're going to make multiple cards using only 3 sheets of pattern paper from the 4 Season 4 paper pad. We're also going to be using some templates that I came up with. And if you want to make your own, you can do so. I would encourage you to make your own templates as well. Find your card designs and just create your own little templates. So first thing first, we're going to cut all 3 sheets of our 4 Season 4 paper pad in half. And remember, the paper pad came from Hobby Lobby. They have switched it out for the new version of it, which is the 4 Season 5 paper pad. So we're also going to be using some colored images that I have from my leftovers in my stash. And I also have some card fronts that I may use here and there to create my cards. And by the way, we are making 11 cards today. So this is a little longer video, but we are going to make 11 different cards. And these are just different backgrounds or focal images that I have done and just have not gotten around to use, or something. I don't know why I haven't used them. I just haven't had time. But you can see I have lots of card fronts ready to go. Now we're going to take every one of our halves and cut in half. And then we are going to work off our templates to create our designs. And when you're working with a template, it's like a card sketch. You don't have to be super precise with your measurements because things can change, especially with your focal images. Anywhere you see anything that says focal image, that means you can change it to whatever size, shape you want. But we are going to cut 2 pieces of our pattern paper down to 1 inch or 1 1/4 inch. I don't really remember. It really is not important because you can do them any size. But I'm going to cut this other piece of paper here for my card number 1. I'm cutting it down to 3 by 4, and then I'm going to attach those 2 1-inch strips or 1 1/4 inch strips by 5.5 to the left-hand side of my card. And here's the second piece. And then we are going to attach our focal part. And then we are going to find a focal image from my leftover stamp set, or leftover stamped in colored images. And we are going to create our card using those. So I've cut out a circle using the Everlasting Circle dies from Spellbinders. I am going to cut a matte layer because I decided it needed a little bit more. So I've just pulled a piece of cardstock from my stash. I think it's from Recollections. I'm really not sure. Pretty sure it's Recollections cardstock. We're just going to cut that down into actually we're going to use the first size circle that I just used, but I'm going to cut down the white circle down to the next size down. That's how this rolled. So we're going to attach our little circle there, and then we are going to attach our cute little fox, which is from the Fall Foxes from the Rabbit Hole design. And then the sentiment came from Hero Arts. It's something encouragement. Love and Encouragement stamp set, I think is what it is. I'll have everything listed below supply-wise. But the whole point is to use what you have to make these super budget-friendly cards. So you don't have to run out and buy everything that you... to break the bank, you can use whatever you have. Like, I have colored these images up. Some of them are just practice images. Some was images that I have colored to have used on cards, but never got a chance to use them because either the season changed or it was time to move on to Christmas cards. I don't know why, but we're just going to use them to now. And we're going to cut down that sentiment, and I'm going to pop it right underneath my little fox. And I can't remember what it says. But I know it's an encouragement sentiment. We're also having in my little sentiment container. So I have a couple. I have one that sits right on my desk at all times. And there's a look at the card. And this is card number 2. We're going to use those leftover pieces from the ones we just cut. And we're going to turn them and do them in a horizontal format. So it's the same layout, but just a horizontal format. Anyway, they sit up on my desk and I can pull them when I want to. So I know those are the encouragement ones. And then there's also some of the curvy sentiments hot foil plates in there also that we will use a little bit of. And then I have another container that has a couple set of, it's one of the little drawers from Michael's that has the little like photo drawers. I keep cut sentiments in those, and I just go to pull those when I want to. And so I pulled some of those for this cards. So we've got our big panel, and now we are going to add our circles. And again, it only took me half of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 of that mint-y green kind of cardstock to do all the cards today for what mats I used. And then again, we used 3 8.5 by 11 pieces of the 4 Season 4 paper pad. And we are going to pop this up on some foam adhesive. And I know that little bear came from a stamp set from scrapbook.com. I'll have to look it up and see which one it was. But I thought he's super cute, and it just makes me giggle. So I'm going to add my sentiment now, and I'm going to cut little flags on each end, or on one end, and leave the other end straight. And I'm going to line it right up to the edge of the card base and tuck it right under the circle. And there is card number 2. Now we're going to make card number 3. And this time, I wanted to show you that you could take a horizontal layout and turn it vertical, okay? So that's what we're doing. I've got my card bases. Another good tip to have is to have a stack of pre-made card bases ready to go at any given time. And that way you can just pull your card bases and have them ready to make these quick, easy cards. So I'm testing out some of the images from my stamped and colored images that are card front size. And I'm going to cut this one down. It's from Penny Black. It's an autumn. It's autumn something. I can't remember now. At least I think it was I know I got it in autumn anyway. It might not be an autumn set, but it's super cute. And I know it came from Penny Black. So here is one of those curvy sentiments. Again, it's the Curvy Sentiments hot foil plate. So we are going to cut I already did them, so I'm just trying to go through and pick out a sentiment that I liked. You could easily do, I'm going to do retirement. You could have done happy birthday. There's tons of sentiments, general all occasion sentiments in that set. So that was a look at the third card. Here's a look at card number 4. We're going to do that same basic layout, but I'm going to add a standard A2 size card, or not A2 size. It's 4 by 5 1/4 piece of pattern paper. Excuse me, right to the front of our card base. And then we are going to cut down our panels. And if you notice, I turned my paper where I want to get the image from. So, for example, I wanted that tint, so I cut that out where I could get that one particular tint. So I flipped the paper around and got where I wanted. Now we're going to attach that to a matte layer. It's just cut a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch larger. I'm going to add another piece of pattern paper right there. Same pattern. It's just the same. Actually, it's the same piece that I had just cut off. Cut it down. So I'm just going to layer that on. I'm going to layer my matted layer on. And we are going to add our little fox from the Fall Foxes from the Rabbit Hole design. And a cute little sentiment. And that will finish up our third card after we get everything attached. So there, we're going to add some liquid glue behind him and attach that down. And we're going to add liquid glue behind your sentiment. Now you could totally pop all these up if you wanted to. I tend to keep things a little less dimensions for some things, especially when I'm making multiples. So I kind of just keep them short, flat, and easy to mail. That's always been my rule. So I'm going to add some highlights to that. And here's a look at our next card. For card number 5, we are going to modify a template just a little bit. I'm going to cut off a piece. And this is, the size really doesn't matter again, because it changes. So you might want to use a different piece of pattern paper. But this one I'm just going to cut down into one short rectangle and a couple long rectangles. We're going to attach our big piece first. It's 3 by 5 1/4, and it's going to go on the right hand side of the card base. And then we are going to attach our little piece down. I'm doing this a little different here from the template. And then I'm going to put that piece that is technically under that on top. I just wanted to break up the patterns a little bit more. And I'm going to add my little fox. I had lots of the foxes. I really enjoyed coloring the foxes. I did a whole thing trying to figure out how to color the foxes. So I'm going to pull another sentiment from my little sentiment mug. It's not even a mug. It's like a little glue holder. I'm going to attach that down. It's right along the bottom of that piece of pattern paper to separate it. And there is my card to end my sentiment. We're going to finish off by adding a few highlights with our gel pen. And we are going to be moving right along after we add a little glitter to this one. Because we wanted some glitter on it with our Aqua Shimmer pen, and why the heck not? So we're going to add our little glimmer. Because, you know, everybody's got to have a little bling bling. Bling, 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 bling. Here's a look at that card. And we are going to go on to card number 6. For this, I am going to go back and do the template as I actually laid it out. I'm going to attach that 3 inch by 5 1/4 piece right over to the side. And then I'm going to attach, the next largest piece in the middle. And then I'm going to layer my small piece right on top so we have that separation between the two. I cut out a tag from the dotted tags die set from Spellbinders. And I'm going to color that with the cute little Valentine's bunny set from Colorado Craft. I'm going to stamp that on there. I need to look that name up. I could not even tell you what the name of it is, but I know it's super cute and I know it's Valentine's Day. And it's one of the $4 sets. So again, that's a good way to get a little bit more bang for your buck, is buying the smaller sets. So I'm going to do some simple coloring with my Hoo-Hoo markers. I picked 2 different shades of brown, and for this bunny, I'm going to fill him in all the way. And for my other little bunny over there, I'm just going to kind of give it a lick and a promise of color. So we're just going to do simple, and anywhere there was a shadow is where I put the color at on this one. And I did kind of feather it in a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little color to the grass, since they are looking up at the sky, and we're going to add just a little grounding underneath them. And then I can attach my tag to the card front. So we're just going to attach that down. And then I'm going to take a sentiment strip and I'm going to cut it in 3 different times. And I'm going to alternate the sentiments. Or not alternate, but stack them and kind of cattywampus. I know y'all know what cattywampus means. It's a real technical term. So we are going to attach our next part of the sentiment down after I straighten out a little bit. Apparently I cannot cut straight without a guillotine trimmer. It's such a situation. So we are going to attach our last little part of our sentiment right there. And here is a closer look at that card. All right, for card number 7, we are going to also modify this one a little bit. It started out being the 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. All right, so we are going to cut this. I'm going to cut the rectangles first, and I did them 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So they're kind of off, kind of rectangles. They're not really rectangles. Anyway, I cut it to this 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to put my bigger square rectangle in the middle. And I'm going to overlap overlap that one with these 2 smaller rectangles tucked into the corners. And then I'm going to add a circle in the middle to hide that. And that is where our focal area is going to be. Now, I will take in the next card and show you how I'm going to flip this and change it up. So I'm going to attach my little fall fox in there. And I'm going to add a sentiment. And yes, I did. I added hugs, and this is from the curvy scripty hugs die set from Rabbit Hole Designs. And I've just cut that out in some white cardstock with an orange mat. These are scrap pieces that I cut and had stored. So I'm going to add a few highlights with my gel pen, and here's a look at that card. For card number 8, we are going to flip that same layout around and turn it horizontally. So since my paper, I had to pick a paper that didn't matter which way the horizontal was. So I've cut out the big square, big rectangle, and I'm going to cut out those 2 small ones. I'm going to attach this down first, the larger one, but I'm going to decide I did not like it. It is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So I can take the other piece of that A2 piece and cut it that same size and put it on top, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take and put that piece of paper, that extra piece, right on top to have that separation. I liked that much, much better. And then all I'm going to do is add my happy birthday sentiment. I just happen to have these that matched. So I've got, and this is the happy scripty happy die set and the scripty birthday die set. Again, everything will be listed below. There's the card. Here's card number 9. For this card, I'm going to take and attach down 2 pieces of paper. Actually, this is card number 9 and 10. So I've just cut, there was strips that were left over. I took the larger one, put it down the center. I'm going to take these 2 smaller ones that were equal sized. Don't even know what size they were, but it doesn't matter. You use what you have. I'm going to take and put one on each side, leaving just a little bit of a border on the left and right hand side. And then we are going to cut off the little excess hanging off, because that is something I did notice with their paper. It is not the correct complete size. So I'm going to cut down a piece of white cardstock, and I'm cutting down another piece of that mint cardstock as a matte layer. 2 of those. So we're going to cut those down. So I'm going to add my piece of white cardstock right to my matte layers. And then we are going to attach these to our card front. I'm going to do card number 9 first, and then we will move on to card number 10. So I've just done that vertically. I've got one of my little bears, but I decided that I wanted to do something a little different. So I added this rainbow colored, I think it's the begonia from Altenew. Who says they can't have a rainbow flower in the forest? So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to add my little sub-sentiment, just a little sentiment from that encouragement and love set. And I'm just going to attach that down right in there with a little liquid glue. And there's a look at that card. I think it turned out quite cute. Now for card number 10, we're going to take our bear that I had originally thought I was going to use. And I'm going to add my piece of white cardstock to my matte layer. And I'm going to take and add my matted white layer to my card front. And then we are going to add our sentiment. We've got another happy birthday. And I'm going to attach one birthday at the bottom. And I'm going to attach happy at the top. I'm going to space enough room that I can have my little bear right there, equally spaced between. And I'm going to pop my little bear down. And that is going to finish off this card. All right, for these 2 cards, I did not use templates. I just took the scraps. This is card number 11. I just took the scraps and glued them down. And I put 2 to the left-hand side and 1 to the right-hand side in the middle. And I'm just attaching. These were, again, that's was scrap that was left over. I figured why waste it. And then I'm going to take and add my sentiment. I'm going to do another happy birthday card. I had this brown and pinkish one that I thought matched perfect. So I'm going to just attach that to the card front, starting with the happy, and then I'm going to attach the birthday. And it helps to give that visual line. So here is a look at that card, and here is a look at all the cards that I made today. So if you need any of these products, you can find them below listed in the visual supply list. And remember, you don't have to break the bank to make cards. If you can only afford the stuff from Hobby Lobby, then go get the stuff from Hobby Lobby. You can make some cute cards. It's just a matter of playing. And here is a look at all the cards, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye, guys. Love you. Stay crafty.